Back out at our favorite dry washing spot this morning. Do a little more today. We did okay yesterday and the day before, well, a couple days before that, whenever. I'm back out with Rick today. He's over there getting stuff ready to go, and I just thought I'd show you something really cool. We were out here dry washing yesterday, and of course it leaves dust on the ground and whatnot, and a real fine flowery dust comes off the dry washer as it runs. And last night there must have been a party in here, because when you come down here, look at this fine dust. This is just hilarious. Look at the tracks in here. Okay, we got some sort of a mouse track here, I do believe. Looks like a kangaroo mouse. You can see where he actually put his tail down to push himself with each jump. That's why they're called a kangaroo mouse. Right? He went over here, and then there's some quail tracks going across the top of that into some rabbit tracks. But the coolest tracks are these. These little bitty bug tracks. And this looks like a little millipede or something went along here. It looks like a zipper. And you can see more bug tracks across that. You know, just some of the littlest things out here can be so much entertainment. And who knows what these little critters were. It'd be kind of cool to put a camera on and watch them at night. Look at all them little tracks. Yeah. They're out checking out our digs, basically. Pretty cool. And we got to get set up and run a little bit here. Yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of dry washing lately, but we're getting pretty good gold. And I'm waiting on the GPX 6000 to get released here in the US still. Hopefully we'll get our hands on one here this week, I hope. They've been released most everywhere else for quite a while now. A couple weeks. Yeah, I'm pouting, but that's okay. It'll get here soon enough. And I'll get out there with it and have some fun. But for today, we're back to dry washing. Okay, I'm back. We're taking a break. So I'm going to take you for a little walk around here and show you what a Arizona desert looks like in a drought. It's been a terrible year. Well, terrible 2 years. We had we had a little spring rain. I don't know, I guess last year. But this year we had one shower. We haven't had hardly any rain in, I'm going to say 2 years it's been now since we've seen any like day after day rain, which used to be pretty common here. But the desert, as you can see, there's really nothing out here that's in grow mode. Okay, the plants still come from dormant and start growing. These are all dormant. They're not dead. Most of these are perennials, and they come back by the year, and as it gets drier and drier, they just kind of die off a little bit as needed, and it'll come back as soon as it rains. And there's no flowers. Usually there's flowers everywhere. And this is a Palo Verde tree. Several of them right here. But they can do photosynthesis right through their bark, which is pretty cool. So they're doing just fine, but they have no leaves on them. In a wet year, they grow leaves. And the mesquite trees and stuff don't have that ability, but look at all these Palo Verdes in here. Not a leaf on any one of them. Some of the creosote bushes, or as some people say, greasewood, did a little blooming early on when we got one good rain. Rained a couple hours one day, so you can see the little seed pods on there. But most of the cactus aren't blooming, except for the saguaro. And we'll walk over and take a look at one of them too. And these little cholla balls you see right here in this, yeah, I believe this is a desert sage of some sort. But that cholla ball right there is a result of the rats and mice out here having to eat the new growth on the cholla plant. There's some bones here. Yeah, somebody's rib bone. Probably a cow. But you can see the pack rats and the mice are having to resort to eating cholla and other cactus. When they do that, they take the new growth off, these little end pieces, and chew them up and make these little landmines, we call them. drop them all over the ground, and man, they're hard on dogs and pets and stuff walking around out here, and they're hard on you if you don't pay attention. But we got a saguaro up here that's kind of low enough to see. But look at all the trumpet plant in here. These are all trumpet plant. You see here. But they're dormant. And they're also perennials. But they can go a couple of years without water, and they just don't put up any new growth. But, and we're walking on tuft here. Tuff, no T in it. And it's volcanic material. Part of a long ago pyroclastic flow, I assume. But as you can see, this saguaro right here, this is a young one. Probably only 20 years old or so. But it's gonna bloom. It's all budded out and ready to open up its flowers. As is that big one there. And most of these others, and some of these actually have flowers opened up on them. There's a dry wash pile right here, look at that. Oh, and another big pile. Well, what do you know? Huh. Oh, they did a push right here of some sort. These cholla should all be blooming right now, and they're not. They probably won't bloom at all this year. You can see the flowers on that one off in the distance. And this one has some beautiful flowers on it. Look at that. There's a rabbit right over there. Look at the flowers on that. Isn't that something? Yeah, we'll go up here and have a look. Gotta watch for snakes this time of year. They like to get in the shade under here. Okay. Now this saguaro, surprised it's even doing as well as it is. It's been chewed. You can see all the meat's been eaten off it. And the javelina do that on rough years. Sweet. And these will put out a really tasty fruit. The house is that way. Lots of blooming saguaros. But that one's looking real nice. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go back over here. Bit of a walk back to where we are. And fire that dry washer up and run a little more dirt. Been having some pretty good runs here. And like I said earlier, I'm kind of waiting on the new machine to come out, and Tammy's having some stuff done at the oral surgeon, and so we're kind of hanging around for a few weeks, and we're gonna have to go put a motor in the old truck. She's pooped out, and gonna have to put a motor in it. It is what it is. It'll be brand new then, right? But we're going up to Payson for that, and we're just gonna run around, maybe do a little crystal digging and stuff. We're only gonna be up there about 5 days while they put the motor in. Right now, let me turn this thing off, and I'm gonna hike on back, and we're gonna run some more dirt in the dry washer and see what we come up with for the day. I'll be back. Well, I guess I've always said we're dry washing, so I'll show you our operation. A little noisy over here, but a lot of you have seen this before, but maybe some of you haven't, so here we are. We've got a pretty good coarse pile going here. We've run a lot of material today. We've got a Keen 151S running beautifully there. Runs off that Honda engine over there. We run about 2 hours on a fill up. And there's Rick. He'll run about all day on a fill up. And this is what we're working. These are basically old tailings. And there's some spots where there aren't. We're finding caliche exposed false bedrock at the bottom here in some places, but in the places they worked too hard, they scraped all that off because it probably had gold in it. And over here by this big old cow pie, you can see old tailing pile. Course pile there, header pile, more here, more there, lots of finds. Header pile over here, and over here, it's real shallow. You can see the caliche exposed actually right there. So a good part of this has been worked before, but they were sloppy or using bad equipment, or just equipment's better these days because we're finding some nice gold in here. This machine runs beautifully. One of us piles dirt usually, and the other one shovels, and we switch off. Works out really well for us. And I'll be back later to show you how we get to today. That's the mighty Keen 151. Purring like a kitten. Well, we couldn't take it no more. We decided to have lunch and pan out our concentrates. Look at this. This is our first good run today. That's not even all shook back. There's probably quite a bit more in that pan. Not too shabby for a couple hours work. Maybe that, yeah, probably a couple hours, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we took a break for a half hour, then a couple hours, so had breakfast. But yeah, how about that, folks? Yeah, we're gonna go get some more. Cool and groovy, like an old time movie. Well, another day dry washing done. We got golden eyebrows. See? Oh wait, he doesn't. But our little guy in the blue pan does. Check it out. Golden eyebrows. We made 2 runs. And that's what we got in our 2 runs. Not bad. Just for puttering around. Yeah, not bad at all. Keep filling that jar up. We're getting quite a ways into our jar now. We had a special jar for these trips. And here's where we're at. We've got quite a bit of gold in that jar. Yep. Several grams already. Moving right along. Gold prospecting is fun. Yes, it is. It's cool when you can start feeling it in here. It's heavy. Yep. So, if you like finding gold and you like these videos and you want to learn how we do it, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. Like a shooter out.